Steve Coogan thinks you're a flag-waving idiot. He said that he thinks that people who support the monarchy are essentially thick.
I am an anti-monarchist. Most of the people who are into it all, those flag-waving plastic boater people, are just, I think, are kind of idiots because they support a power structure that keeps a foot on the throat of working-class people.
Yep.
And I'm just not very keen on that kind of thing.
More on his working-class credentials later, but that is one way to alienate nearly two-thirds of the entire nation. It's a good job he's not running for office, isn't it? Because he'd have just lost the vote in one swoop. But talking of running for office, this multi-millionaire anti-monarchist trot endorsed Jeremy Corbyn for leader, and he helped host a rally for him. So he said the Tory tactic was to try to make this a choice between Theresa May and Jeremy Corbyn. But this has backfired as people, and here we go, and I readily admit to being one of them, have started to listen to what Jeremy Corbyn says rather than what other people have been saying about him. Well, that's actually even worse for his reputation, because if you're actually taking note of the things that Corbyn says and the things that he's done, then, well, you know, here we go. Coogan tried to get a man elected who invited two IRA members to Parliament 2 weeks after the Brighton bombing, was photographed at a rally in front of a Hezbollah flag, accepted 20 grand for appearing on a state TV channel of terror-sponsoring Iranian regime, signed a letter defending the Lockerbie bombing suspects, criticised the drone strike that killed Jihadi John, shared a platform with representatives of extremist cleric Muqtada al-Sadr, attended a rally with members of Band al-Mujahroon, and was constantly dogged by anti-Semitism claims. And that's just a short list of Corbyn's greatest hits. Steve Coogan thinks that you're an idiot. But he's the one who thought that Diane Abbott was fit to hold high office. And it doesn't get much thicker than that, does it, Steve? He is reported to have said that he thought the Queen was all right. All right? So a longest-serving monarch, arguably this country's greatest ever human being. I think she was a bit more than all right, mate. He says that he thinks the monarchy is part of a system that keeps its foot on the throat of the working class. Well, the former Ferrari-driving, loaded magazine-editing, glamour model-loving champagne socialist clearly knows what he's on about, doesn't he, really? But when I look at these people, now on the Mall, gearing up for the coronation, I see happiness, I see joy, I see innocence, in a way. I see community, I see patriotism, I see good things. What kind of sad, miserable little man looks at that and slags it off? He has made millions of pounds by ordinary men and women paying to come and see him perform, paying his wages. And now it turns out he's probably thought that you were thick and hated you all along. The plebs, the hordes of idiots. Well, you might want to bear that in mind the next time he's asking you to pay money to watch one of his films or his shows. And I actually feel a bit sorry for Steve, to be honest. I really do. How can somebody with so much talent, who has brought so much joy to so many others with his comedy, be so cold, dead, miserable and petty inside?